Good afternoon. Jessica Dumas here. Wanted to say hello and share with you some exciting things that I've done so far today. I was invited to be a business coach with Creative Manitoba, downtown Winnipeg, and just helping some of the artists that they work with, some of their members, to access coaching and figure out how to better serve their clients in creating their business. And so a couple of things really stood out between the sessions that I had today. One of them was, how do I make this really big decision? And what that was surrounding was, do I want to be an entrepreneur? Am I an entrepreneur? Or what is it about my career choice that I want to make? What is the bigger question? And the other question that was really outstanding was, how do I make myself into a business? And so I have to tell you, I had a lot of fun coaching with these clients because it was just stuff that I love to talk about. As long as I can remember, I've always asked people, what do you do and why do you do it? I was just always really interested. So for years and years, I've been asking people that question. So I wanted to share a couple of things on how do I make this really big decision. Because life is full of all kinds of decisions, small decisions every day based on, are we going to get up and exercise, or what am I going to eat? And then bigger decisions like, should I take this job? Should I quit this job? Should I move to a different city, or should I continue this relationship, right? There's so many big conversations. Hi, Shani. So I wanted to share some advice on the best tips that I have on how do you make that big decision? So first of all, it could be very stressful when you have to make these big decisions, but I want to ask you to question, is this a decision that you need to be making now? What I mean by that is I'll try and share it, but there's an illustration that if you Google, trying to make a decision or whatever, but maybe you've seen this illustration is a path and a person walking down the path, or a person in a position in the path, and then two roads. So they've come to that point where it's time to make a decision. So that's the illustration I want you to picture. So now with that illustration, I want you to think about, are you at that crossroads yet? Are you at that position where you need to make that decision? Because often what's happening is we're stressed and overwhelmed by decisions that we have to make, but we're still on that path. We're not at that point of having to make a decision. So I really encourage you to consider, is it the right time to be making this decision? Because if it's not, you're putting a whole bunch of stress on yourself, and it's not even time to make that decision. So give yourself a little bit of credit and some breathing room that it's not time to make that decision. Now's a time for preparation, and what you do with that preparation is the important part right now. So in making that big decision, and what I tend to do, and what we do as people, is we tend to overanalyze, over-evaluate, and that sort of thing. So what that time is useful for is to really evaluate and assess your bigger picture. So what is it in your life that makes you happy? What do you really want to spend your time doing? And give yourself a little bit of credit in doing that, because as you're walking along this path, before you make that decision, is the time to really identify and be more solid and clear about what it is that you want in your life. Again, this is another hurdle that we have to overcome, because as people in the society that we live in, we don't think that we deserve to have what it is that we want that makes us truly happy. And so I am encouraging you to give yourself permission, love yourself enough that if it's a dream for you, if this is a passion for you, to give yourself permission to enjoy that. Hi, Abby. Give yourself permission to enjoy that dream that you have, and permission to walk down that path, to continue to allow that in your life. You've earned it. Whatever it is that you want in your life, you have earned it. You don't have to prove it to anyone. You don't need permission from anyone. It's just permission from you to own that and to take that on. So I want to encourage you to do that. So make sure that you're making the decision at the right time and you're not making the decision or trying to make the decision too early, and that you're taking some time to look and evaluate your bigger picture in life. And then the other thing, two more things. So you need to connect with the right energy. So actually this morning in one of my coaching sessions, it was really funny because I asked the individual what he believes in, and then I started to laugh because, and no offense to people who are Christians and that sort of thing, but I started to sound like a preacher, and I didn't mean to, but all I meant was we need to be open to more energy than just our own. And if you haven't explored that, I encourage you to just be open to that right energy, whether it's God, creator, universe. You need to know what it is for you, and you need to be able to access that energy, because when you can do that, you're eliminating some of the limits that you've put on yourself, and you're being open to what God, what creator and universe has for you, and those are really amazing things. So another thing in this path of making this decision is ask yourself questions. So take some time for yourself. Sometimes, you know what, honestly, and I've got some ladies on here watching, I will sneak away to the bathroom sometimes, and it's only because I need that time alone. And I'll be in the stall if that's where I need to be, to have my quiet time, take a few deep breaths just to center myself and ask myself a couple of questions. Is this something that I want to do? Whatever the question is. Should I make this move? Should I make this phone call? Should I ask this question? And very stressful. Hi ladies, thank you for sharing some comments. Yeah, big decisions are a part of everyday life, right? But if when you ask yourself those questions and you feel unsure, then I guarantee you that the answer is no. So, and what I mean by that is continue to ask yourself questions and give yourself some credit for the knowledge and experience that you've already had in your life. Ask yourself a question, wait for the answer, and then just feel it out. So, should I, for example, one of the ways that I decide if I'm going to work on a project or be engaged in something, I'll always ask, is this going to be fun? And I'll wait for that answer to myself. Is this going to be fun? Is this something that I'm really interested in doing? Is this something that's really part of my bigger vision? And if it is, then I say yes. I don't know how I'm going to figure this all out, but I will figure it out. If I have any indication that it's no, or I'm not sure, then the answer is no. And stop pondering those things. Stop waiting on those things and stressing yourself out because you're afraid that if you say no, that the right thing isn't going to come along. But I know that the right thing is going to come along. So anyway, that's my tips of how to make a big decision, and really spend some time thinking about your bigger picture, evaluating what's important to you, what do you want in your life, what do you want to accomplish, what is your purpose, and spend some time listening to your thinking, your thoughts, and your feeling, and feeling it out. Anyway, I have to rush home and get my kids from school. I hope that you enjoyed this message. Thank you very much for watching. Definitely share your questions, share your comments, and share the video. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Love you.